Favorite cars of richest people. Ask most people to imagine what the life of a billionaire is like, and they might picture beachside mansions, Michelin-starred restaurants, and a fleet of supercars. However, the reality can actually be quite different, as some of the world's richest people prefer to live a more regular life. In fact, those with the most wealth are often the least flashy, especially in their car-buying habits. Some might have one or two expensive cars in their collection, but when it comes to daily drivers, the cars of many billionaires are surprisingly unremarkable. They're often the kind of car that would be easy to walk past in the street without noticing, and sometimes, that's a deliberate choice. After all, those who keep a low profile prefer to avoid attracting unnecessary attention while they're just going about their daily lives. But, often, the primary reason for driving what they do is that they simply aren't bothered about having anything flashy. Today we will discuss about favorite cars of the richest people. Before we go further, please subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon. 1. Cadillac XTS, Warren Buffett. Legendary investor Warren Buffett built his $98.4 billion empire through his investment firm Berkshire Hathaway, which owns significant stakes in brands like Geico, Duracell and Dairy Queen. He has always been keen to live frugally, and he still lives in the same house that he bought for $31,500 in 1958. It's worth about $650,000 today, less than 0.01% of his wealth. Much like his home, his car is also very modest, a 2014 Cadillac XTS that Buffett bought new. This isn't his first Cadillac, as his previous daily driver was a 2006 DTS, which he traded in when he bought the XTS. 2. Mercedes-Benz E-Class, Azim Premji. Azim Premji is India's second richest man, with a personal wealth of around $31 billion at his peak. He's now given around two-thirds of that fortune away to charitable causes, reports Yahoo Finance, but he's still worth north of $10 billion. His wealth came from his leadership of Wipro, a company that was founded by Premji's father and originally produced vegetable oil. After his father's unexpected death, Premji dropped out of his Stanford University degree to go back to India and run the company, eventually transforming it into a technology and computing business. Despite his high-flying business career, Yahoo Finance reports that Premji has always preferred to lead a normal life outside of work. He still takes flights in economy class, prefers rickshaw rides to chauffeured limousines, and has only ever owned regular cars. Over the years, he has reportedly owned a Ford Escort, Honda City, and a Toyota Corolla, but his most recent purchase is a Mercedes-Benz E-Class that he bought used off one of his employees. 3. Acura TSX, Mark Zuckerberg. The famous, some would say infamous, co-founder and CEO of Meta, formerly known as Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg is one of the world's youngest billionaires. He founded Facebook in 2004, originally creating it as a way for himself and other Harvard students to communicate with one another. It exploded in popularity, and by 2008, Zuckerberg's net worth was around $1.5 billion. Bloomberg reports that his current net worth is around $65 billion, down around $60 billion from his peak in 2021 thanks to a market crash that affected most major tech stocks in early 2022. Zuckerberg's car collection is relatively small but very varied in nature. He's been spotted driving around in an Acura TSX, but he's also been known to drive a Honda Fit and Volkswagen Golf GTI. Then, in complete contrast to the rest of his cars, Zuckerberg also owns a Pagani Huayra, an exclusive hypercar that came with a price tag of $1,400,000 when he purchased it in 2014. Still not very much to a man with as much money as Zuckerberg, but an odd choice considering the rest of his collection is so frugal. 4. Lexus LS 600H, Larry Ellison. The co-founder and CEO of software company Oracle, Larry Ellison's spending habits are a bit more lavish than many of the other billionaires featured here. According to the LA Times, he's made a number of big-ticket purchases over the years, including a superyacht and even a private island in Hawaii. He also boasted a car collection that any enthusiast would be proud of, with some of his purchases including a McLaren F1, a Lexus LFA, and an Audi R8. But, his daily driver is a little more down-to-earth than his weekend toys. He drives a Lexus LS 600H, a great car no doubt, but nowhere near as flashy as the others in his collection. The big Lexus is a flagship model for the brand, packed full of all the latest features and tech, plus Lexus' ever-reliable hybrid powertrain. Ellison's car was one of the first examples of the fourth-generation LS600H and has been identified by Club Lexus members as a 2007 model year car. 5. Chevrolet Suburban, Michael Bloomberg. Michael Bloomberg is the founder of the eponymous Bloomberg LP, a financial information and media company of which Bloomberg still owns 88%, according to Forbes. He got his start on Wall Street at an investment bank called Salomon Brothers, but after he was fired, he founded the company that made him his fortune. At present, he's worth an estimated $82 billion, a sharp increase from 2021, when he was only worth around $59 billion. In addition to his career on Wall Street and his success with his own business, Bloomberg was the mayor of New York City for 12 years. During that time, his car of choice was a Chevrolet Suburban, which could often be seen in a high-security motorcade transporting Bloomberg around the city. His dislike of traveling in a hot car meant that he insisted that his Suburban was cooled before he got into it. But, with New York's laws only allowing cars to sit idle for 3 minutes, his team had to think of an alternative way to prepare the car to just the right temperature. Their solution: build a specially adapted air conditioning unit that could be stuck through the window of the SUV before Bloomberg arrived, much to the amusement and confusion of passers-by. 6. Honda Accord, Jeff Bezos. Amazon founder and all-around business magnate Jeff Bezos hit headlines recently when the Dutch city of Rotterdam decided that it wouldn't dismantle a historic bridge to allow his $500 million superyacht to reach the open ocean, leaving it stranded in its construction dock. But Bezos hasn't always been so keen to spend his fortune, as when Amazon first started out, even his desk was made out of a recycled wooden door to save money. Bezos founded Amazon in 1994, but by 1997, he was already worth over $12 billion thanks to the company's rapid expansion. However, his sense of frugality was very much still present, and the same year, Bezos bought a Honda Accord to use as his daily driver. He continued driving various models of Honda until at least 2013, although in recent years his car collection has expanded to include various hypercars. He reportedly now owns a Lykan Hypersport, Bugatti Veyron Mansory, and a Lamborghini Veneno Roadster, among many others. It seems that, over the years, Bezos has lost his desire to save money wherever possible, but for the first decade of his success, a humble Honda was all he drove. If you find our video useful, please hit the like button, subscribe and click on the bell icon for our latest updates.